Most men miss the signs when a woman actually wants them to step up. She won't come out and say, "Make a move," because that ruins the mystery and the chase. Instead, she'll drop hints, subtle cues, and little behaviors that, if you're sharp enough, tell you exactly what she wants. And the truth is, women respect men who can read between the lines. If you ignore these signs, you risk being stuck in the friend zone or worse, watching her give her attention to someone else who recognized them. In this video, I'll reveal the 7 powerful things women do when they're silently asking you to act. These aren't random gestures. They're deliberate, subconscious ways of signaling attraction. Once you recognize them, you'll never second guess again. Because when she wants you to make a move, she won't say it with words. She'll say it with actions. And if you know how to read those actions, you'll always know exactly when to strike. Ready to find out what they are? Let's dive in. 1. She invades your personal space. One of the strongest signs a woman wants you to make a move is when she deliberately starts invading your personal space. Most women are naturally cautious about who they let into their bubble. If she isn't into you, she'll keep her distance, cross her arms, lean away, or put physical barriers between you. But when she wants you to step up, her body language flips completely. She'll lean closer while you talk, brush against your arm accidentally, or stand just a little too close in a way that feels intentional. This isn't random. It's her subconscious way of showing that she's comfortable with you and wants you to respond. Imagine you're sitting side by side, and instead of staying in her own lane, she tilts her body toward you, rests her arm near yours, or lets her knee lightly touch yours without pulling back. That tiny gesture speaks louder than words. It's her saying, "I'm letting you in. I feel safe here." Women don't do this with guys they're not interested in. If she were uninterested, she'd make sure there's space between you like a protective wall. When she closes that space, it's a bold invitation you can't afford to ignore. You'll also notice her testing how you react. She might stand close enough for your shoulders to brush, or she might lean in when she laughs at your joke, waiting to see if you lean back or lean in as well. If you stiffen up or pull away, she instantly feels rejected. But if you hold your ground, or better yet, subtly lean into her energy, you're showing that you recognize the signal and you're confident enough to respond. That's exactly the kind of masculine presence women crave. Here's the psychological layer. Proximity creates intimacy. The closer she allows herself to be, the stronger the emotional and physical tension becomes. And women thrive on that tension. It's what makes them feel alive in the moment. She wants to feel that unspoken electricity between you, the kind of spark that builds up until a move feels inevitable. If she's giving you that chance by crossing into your personal zone, she's practically handing you the green light. So next time you notice her closing the gap, don't brush it off as coincidence. Pay attention. Lean into it. Mirror her energy with calm confidence. Because when a woman chooses to invade your personal space, she isn't being careless. She's telling you without words. It's time to act. And the men who recognize this will never miss the perfect moment to make their move. 2. She finds excuses to touch you. When a woman wants you to make a move, she doesn't just stand close. She goes one step further. She starts finding excuses to touch you. And let's be clear, women are extremely intentional with physical contact. If she doesn't feel attraction, she won't randomly put her hands on you. She'll avoid it altogether, or keep interactions formal. But when she's secretly waiting for you to take things further, touch becomes her silent weapon. It's her way of testing the waters while sending you a clear signal. I'm comfortable with you. I want more closeness. Think about it. She laughs at your joke and playfully hits your arm. She brushes some lint off your shirt that doesn't really exist. She adjusts your collar or teases you by poking your side. These aren't meaningless gestures. They're micro moments of physical intimacy designed to break the barrier between you. And every single time she touches you, she's not only checking how you respond, but also showing you that she's opening the door wider. If she didn't want you to cross that line, she'd never cross it herself. Even more telling is when the touches are subtle but repeated. She may rest her hand on your shoulder while leaning in, let her fingers graze yours when handing you something, or keep her hand on your arm just a second longer than necessary. That extra pause is where the real meaning lies. It's not just contact, it's a signal. Women rarely say, "I'm ready for you to kiss me." Instead, they let their actions build the tension, waiting to see if you'll pick up on it. Now here's the psychology. Touch creates chemical reactions. Every time she touches you, even lightly, her body releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. At the same time, she's triggering the same release in you. This shared hormonal spark deepens connection, lowers defenses, and builds a sense of intimacy without a single word being spoken. In her mind, this closeness should be pushing you toward a decisive move. The danger? If you ignore her touches, she'll feel rejected. She'll think you either don't notice or don't feel the same way. That's when she pulls back, withdraws her energy, and shuts the door. But if you respond correctly, matching her energy, lightly touching back, letting the tension build, you show her that you're in tune with her signals and strong enough to lead the moment forward. So, pay attention. If she's reaching for you more often than necessary, don't mistake it for random friendliness. Every touch is an invitation, a breadcrumb leading you closer. The real question is, will you recognize the opportunity or let it slip away? 3. She holds eye contact longer than usual. One of the most powerful, yet often overlooked signals a woman gives when she wants you to make a move is extended eye contact. Eyes are windows to emotions, and unlike words, they rarely lie. A woman who isn't interested will avoid locking eyes with you for too long. She'll glance away, check her phone, or keep her focus on anything else. But when she wants you to step forward, her eyes will linger on yours, creating an unspoken connection that says more than 1,000 sentences ever could. Think about it. She's in a room full of people, yet her gaze keeps coming back to you. She doesn't just glance and look away quickly. She stays there, almost daring you to notice. Sometimes she'll pair it with a playful smirk, a raised eyebrow, or that mysterious half-smile that makes you wonder what's on her mind. Other times, it's softer, her pupils slightly dilated, her expression relaxed, as if she's letting you in without resistance. Either way, the message is clear. I see you, and I want you to see me. This kind of eye contact isn't casual. It builds tension. The longer she holds it, the stronger the electricity between you becomes. And here's the thing, women know the power of their gaze. They understand how it makes a man feel, how it stirs curiosity, desire, and confidence all at once. So when she chooses to use it, it's not random, it's intentional. She's signaling that she's open, waiting, and expecting you to act. From a psychological perspective, prolonged eye contact activates emotional arousal. Studies show that when two people lock eyes for more than a few seconds, the brain interprets it as intimacy. It increases attraction, quickens the heartbeat, and heightens awareness. That's why it feels different. It's not just looking, it's connecting. And women use this tool when they want to blur the line between conversation and chemistry. The mistake most men make? Looking away too soon. They feel the pressure of the moment and break the connection, missing their chance to show confidence. When you break eye contact first, she reads it as hesitation or weakness. But if you hold it, even just a beat longer than expected, you communicate strength, self-assurance, and a willingness to engage in that unspoken dance. So next time her eyes lock with yours, Don't brush it off as coincidence. Don't look away nervously. Lean into it. Match her gaze, let the silence speak, and let the tension build. Because when a woman gives you that kind of eye contact, she's practically screaming without words, I want you to take the next step. 4. She teases and playfully challenges you. When a woman wants you to make a move, she won't always show it through sweetness and softness. Sometimes she'll do the exact opposite. She'll tease you, test you, and playfully challenge you. Why? Because attraction thrives on tension, and teasing is one of her favorite ways to create that spark. If she's mocking your shirt, joking about how you can't handle something, or giving you little tests in conversation, it's rarely about the words. It's about the energy she's trying to build. Think about it. She might roll her eyes at your story, but then smirk right after as if to say, prove me wrong. She might call you out in a playful way. Oh, I bet you couldn't even last one round at the gym. Or, you're too serious. I don't think you can keep up with me. To the untrained ear, it sounds like criticism. But the truth is, it's a flirtation technique. She's giving you an opportunity to banter, to show your wit, and to prove that you're confident enough to play along without crumbling under pressure. Here's the psychology behind it. Teasing creates contrast. If every interaction were smooth, polite, and predictable, there would be no spark. But when she challenges you, she's stirring up emotional variety. That push and pull dynamic triggers curiosity and keeps you on edge in a good way. She knows that when you rise to the challenge, the attraction deepens. And if you handle her teasing with charm, humor, and composure, it tells her exactly what she wants to know. That you're not intimidated, you're in control. What she's really doing is giving you an opening. Teasing is a safe way for her to lower her guard without being obvious. By mocking you lightly or throwing playful jabs, she's seeing if you can handle the tension that comes before intimacy. And if you respond the right way, by laughing it off, teasing her back, or leaning into the playfulness, you turn that spark into something magnetic. But if you get defensive, sulk, or take it too seriously, you kill the energy instantly. Pay attention to how often this happens. If she consistently throws these playful challenges your way, it's not because she's mean, it's because she's testing the chemistry between you. She's nudging you closer, daring you to show her you're the kind of man who doesn't fold under pressure. And in her mind, once you pass those little tests, you've earned the right to take things further. So don't fear the teasing. Embrace it. Match her energy. Keep the banter alive, and recognize it for what it truly is. Her way of telling you, I'm interested. Now show me if you're bold enough to take the lead. 5. She opens up and gets personal. One of the clearest signs a woman wants you to make a move is when she stops keeping things surface level and begins sharing more of her personal side with you. Most women are guarded by default. They don't just hand over their stories, feelings, or secrets to anyone. But when she's interested and hoping you'll step forward, she'll break down those walls and start letting you into her world. This isn't just casual chit-chat. It's her way of signaling, I trust you enough to get closer. Notice the difference in conversation. Instead of keeping it light, talking about the weather, work, or random surface topics, she starts telling you about her childhood, her family, her dreams, and even her fears. She might reveal a funny, embarrassing story, share details about past experiences, or admit things she doesn't usually say to others. Every time she does this, she's not just filling silence. She's giving you deeper access to who she really is. That's intimacy in its rawest form. Even more telling is when she makes the conversation about you. She'll ask questions that go beyond the basics. What's your biggest goal right now? What was your childhood like? What do you really want out of life? These aren't small talk questions. They're her way of building a deeper connection and making sure you're on the same wavelength. A woman who's disinterested won't invest this much energy in peeling back your layers. But if she's diving in, it means she's emotionally engaging and hoping you'll respond with equal depth, and eventually, equal action. Here's the psychology behind it. Self-disclosure creates bonding. When someone shares personal details, it creates a sense of vulnerability. And vulnerability builds trust and emotional closeness, which are crucial precursors to physical closeness. By opening up, she's essentially lowering her defenses and handing you the key to intimacy. It's her subtle way of saying, I feel safe enough with you. Now it's your turn to take the lead. The mistake many men make is treating this moment like just another friendly chat. They listen, nod, maybe even sympathize, but they fail to recognize it as the green light it truly is. When a woman is peeling back her layers, she doesn't just want a good listener. She wants a man who understands that emotional intimacy is her way of inviting physical and romantic intimacy too. So when she opens up to you, don't stay stuck in nice guy mode. Engage, share your own stories, and let the energy build. But also recognize that the door she's opening is wider than just words. She's giving you a chance to step in, to move closer, to turn that emotional spark into something tangible. Because once she starts letting you into her personal world, she's already halfway waiting for you to make your move. 6. She creates opportunities to be alone with you. When a woman wants you to make a move, she won't always spell it out with words, but she'll engineer situations that put you two in the perfect setting for something to happen. Pay close attention to this, because women rarely want to be the ones to initiate. Instead, they create the opportunity and expect you to take the lead. If she's consistently finding ways to separate from the group, linger after everyone else leaves, or suggest one-on-one moments, she's essentially setting the stage for you to act. Think about it. Maybe you're hanging out with friends, and suddenly she suggests going for a walk, just the two of you. Or you're at a party, and she pulls you aside to show you something. Maybe she asks for help with something that doesn't really require help. Moving a light box, setting up her phone, or checking something in her apartment. These aren't coincidences. They're calculated moves to create privacy, because she knows intimacy grows faster in private than in public. Her efforts will often look subtle. She might wait until everyone else is distracted before striking up a deeper conversation with you. She might suggest grabbing coffee after work, or she'll stay longer when everyone else heads out. Sometimes she'll even use playful excuses. I don't want to walk to my car alone. Come with me. What she's really saying is, I want a moment with just you, where we can break the surface and let something real happen. Psychologically, this is about lowering barriers. In group settings, social pressure keeps things polite and restrained, but in one-on-one scenarios, that pressure disappears. The energy becomes more intimate, more charged, and the door opens for deeper connection, both emotionally and physically. Women know this instinctively. That's why when she's interested, she'll push for alone time, even in small doses. Here's where most men mess up. They don't recognize these setups. They think she's just being friendly, or worse, they avoid making a move because they're afraid of ruining the friendship. But what you need to realize is this. If she didn't want something more, she wouldn't go out of her way to isolate herself with you. Women are cautious. They don't risk misunderstandings with men they're not drawn to. So when she creates that one-on-one moment, don't overthink it. Read the environment, lean into the intimacy, and recognize it for what it is, an open door. She's giving you the perfect opportunity because she wants you to take it. If you don't, she'll eventually feel rejected, and that door may never open again. Bottom line, if she keeps steering situations to put just you and her together, it's not random. It's her way of silently saying, this is your chance. Make your move. 7. She drops hints about romance and physical closeness. When a woman wants you to make a move, she'll often speak in ways that blur the line between casual talk and romantic suggestion. Pay attention to the kinds of things she brings up, because her words can be just as telling as her body language. She might joke about you being her type, tease you about being trouble, or even playfully wonder what it would be like to date someone like you. These aren't random comments. They're subtle ways of planting seeds, checking if you'll pick up the vibe and take things to the next level. Sometimes the hints are direct, but wrapped in humor. She might say, "You'd probably be a bad influence on me," or "I bet you're dangerous." Other times they're softer. "I like guys who are confident," or "I feel like I can relax around you." These comments aren't small talk. They're invitations. She's testing whether you'll ignore them, laugh them off, or rise to the moment and recognize that she's giving you permission to move forward. Pay attention to the scenarios she creates in conversation. She may bring up relationships, asking about your type, or what you look for in a partner. She might talk about a romantic movie and then glance at you while smiling. Or she could make playful remarks about you two being a cute couple if the situation fits. Each of these moments is her way of creating a bridge. She's handing you the rope, waiting for you to pull her closer. Psychologically, this is about lowering resistance and testing your boldness. Women don't want to feel like they're risking rejection by spelling things out, so instead, they give you opportunities through suggestion. If you ignore those hints, she'll assume you're either blind to her signals or uninterested. But if you respond with equal playfulness, acknowledge the spark, and keep the tension alive, you validate her openness and make her feel safe moving further. Here's where most men fail. They treat her hints as nothing but jokes. They laugh, move on, and never realize she was creating a perfect setup for intimacy. Remember, when she says something like, "You'd probably get me into trouble," she isn't warning you. She's inviting you. The underlying message is, "I want you to push this forward. I'm giving you the green light." So listen carefully, read between the lines, and trust the flow. If her words start leaning toward the romantic, playful, or suggestive, she's no longer in neutral mode. She's waiting for you to act. And the man who catches those subtle cues, instead of brushing them aside, is the one who gets to turn playful hints into real chemistry. At the end of the day, women rarely walk straight up and say, "I want you to make a move." Instead, they communicate it in the most powerful way possible, through subtle actions, playful hints, and moments designed to test your awareness. From leaning closer and touching you, to locking eyes longer than usual, teasing you, sharing personal stories, creating private moments, and even dropping romantic suggestions. Every signal is part of a bigger pattern. She's not playing games. She's giving you an open invitation while still protecting her pride. The truth is, women respect men who can recognize these cues and act with confidence. If you miss them, you'll come across as hesitant or blind, and the opportunity will pass. But if you notice them and respond with calm, masculine energy, you'll never be stuck wondering whether she's interested. You'll know. And more importantly, she'll feel that you're the kind of man who can lead without second-guessing himself. So the next time you see these signs, don't overthink, don't hesitate, and don't wait for a louder signal. The signs are already loud enough if you know how to read them. She's showing you she's open. She's showing you she's ready. And she's waiting for you to step up and make the move that both of you already know needs to happen.